welcome to my channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. What's covered by pet insurance? Pet insurance is a kind of health insurance policy that pays a portion of a pet's medical bills. You can purchase a comprehensive policy that covers a wide range of health-related problems. Some plans even cover costs such as microchipping or end-of-life expenses for a pet. Here's what is commonly covered by the best pet insurance plan: accident injuries, chronic illness, common serious illness, hereditary condition, testing and diagnostic procedures, holistic and alternative procedures, wellness procedures, behavioral therapy. Accident and injury discover medical expenses for accidents such as ACL ruptures, bite wounds, broken bones, cuts, swallowed object, toxic ingestions. Chronic illness discovers medical expenses for chronic illness such as allergies, arthritis, digestive problems such as inflammatory bowel disease, seizures, skin conditions, and common illness discover medical expenses for common illness such as ear infection, diarrhea, urinary tract infection, vomiting, and serious illness discovers medical expenses for serious illness such as cancer, diabetes, heart disease, hereditary conditions, and discovers medical expenses for hereditary conditions such as blood disorders, eyes disorders, and head dysplasia. Testing and diagnostic. This covers the cost of testing and diagnostic procedures such as blood tests, CT scan, MRIs, ultrasound, and X-rays. And then procedures. This covers the cost of medical procedures such as chemotherapy, endoscopies, hospitalization, nursing care, and surgeries. Holistic and alternative procedures. This covers expenses such as acupuncture, chiropractic, laser therapy. Wellness procedures discover expenses such as flea and heartworm prevention, neutering, routine wellness exams, spaying, vaccination. And then behavioral therapy. This covers costs associated with behavioral therapy for problems such as aggression, destructive chewing, excessive barking, and types of pet insurance plan. The type of problems and medical expenses that are covered by the pet insurance depend on what type of plan you buy. Here are the three most common types of pet insurance plans. Accident and illness coverage. This type of plan is the most common pet insurance plan and covers a wide range of problems including accidents such as a torn ACL or swallowing a foreign object, and illness such as allergies, cancer, and ear infection. Accident-only coverage. This type of plan only covers accident-related medical expenses, such as a torn cruciate ligament or laceration from dog bites. It does not cover illness-related expenses like ear infection and cancer. Wellness coverage. This is an optional plan offered by pet insurance and covers wellness-related expenses, such as a routine wellness exam, flea and tick prevention, and vaccinations. You can usually add a wellness plan to an accident and illness policy, but not an accident-only policy. Extras to pet insurance. You may be able to add extra coverage with riders. For example, Trupanion sells a pet owner assistance package that covers non-veterinary problems like advertising and rewards for lost pets, boarding fees for your pet if you are hospitalized, cremation or burial for death caused by an accident, and liability coverage if your pet causes property damage to others. What's not covered by pet insurance? Here are some common pet insurance exclusions. Pre-existing condition. This is an injury or illness that your pet had before your coverage started. Some plans may not permanently exclude pre-existing condition. For example, nationwide pet insurance may extend coverage if you have medical records that show your pet has been cured of a condition for at least 6 months. Experimental treatment. This includes diagnoses and treatments that are considered experimental, investigational, or not within the standard or of care accepted by your state's veterinary medical board. Grooming. Pet insurance typically doesn't cover grooming services such as bath tips, shampoos, or nail trims. Food, dietary, and nutritional supplements. Your pet dietary expenses are typically not covered, but some plans cover prescription for and supplements. Non-veterinary expenses. This includes expenses for waste disposal service, record access or copying, any license or certification, and compliance with a government rule or regulation such as dog license. Does pet insurance cover pet liability? What happens if your dog bites someone or destroys someone else's property? Generally, those types of incidents are covered by your homeowner's insurance. For example, if your dog bites someone and you're sued, the liability coverage in your home insurance will generally pay for medical expenses and even a legal defense. You may be able to get some liability coverage through your pet insurance company. For example, Trupanion's Pet Owner's Assistant package covers a pet property damage to other up to $25,000. And then how does pet insurance work? Pet insurance plans are typically reimbursement based, meaning you'll pay upfront for your pet's vet bills. To submit a claim for reimbursement, you can take your pet to a licensed veterinarian or of your choice. Here's an example of how a pet insurance claim would work. You take your pet to the veterinarian for an ear infection. You pay you pay the veterinarian bill. You submit a claim to the pet insurance company, which includes a copy of the vet invoice and medical records. Your pet insurance company will review your claim based on the policy. If the problem is covered, your insurer will send you reimbursement. How much does pet insurance cost? The average monthly premium for accident and illness coverage for a dog with $5,000 of annual coverage, $250 deductible, and 90% reimbursement and level is $35 per month. According to a Forbes Advisor analysis of pet insurance costs, the average monthly premium for accident and illness coverage for a dog with unlimited annual coverage, $250 deductible, and 90% reimbursement level is $56 per month. The cost of pet insurance is going to depend on several factors, typically including the type, gender, and breed of animals. Some breeds are predisposed to certain illness, which will result in higher pet insurance rate. For example, large dog breeds are more prone to heart and hip issues and have higher medication costs. The pet's age. As your pet gets older, it is more likely to need to go to the vet, which will translate into higher pet insurance rate at policy renewal times. Pre-existing condition. Medical condition that existed before you bought the pet insurance generally aren't covered, but some pet insurance plans will cover conditions that were cured and then later returned. Your location. Average veterinary costs in your area will affect the plan price. Coverage types. You will pay more for a comprehensive plan that covers accident, illness, and routine wellness compared to a plan that covers only accident injury. Deductible and reimbursement level. You'll pay more for having a lower deductible and higher reimbursement level. For example, a plan that offers 90% reimbursement will cost more than the same plan with 70% reimbursement. Generally, it's more expensive to insure a dog than a cat. Does pet insurance cover vaccines? A standard accident and illness pet insurance plan does not cover vaccines. You will need to add optional wellness coverage to your plan if you want coverage for a vaccine. A wellness plan also covers other types of expenses such as a routine wellness visit, a tick and heartworm prevention. Does pet insurance pay out if my dog dies? Most pet insurance plans include an end-of-life expenses such as the cost of euthanasia, but there may be certain conditions. For example, Embrace Pet Insurance cover euthanasia under accident and illness plans if it is recommended due to a problem covered by your policy, such as cancer, but it won't cover euthanasia if the reason is due to a pre-existing condition. Do any pet insurance providers cover pre-existing condition? Some pet insurance companies cover pre-existing conditions if they are considered a curable condition such as bladder infection and ear infection. Pet insurance companies typically do not cover pre-existing conditions if they are considered incurable, such as arthritis, cancer, and heart disease. For example, ASPCA, pet insurance does not consider a condition as pre-existing if the condition has been cured and there are no symptoms for 180 days. If the condition recurs after 180 days, the condition will be treated as a new problem. Related pet insurance for existing condition. Why do pet insurance policies have waiting periods? All pet insurance companies have waiting periods. This is the amount of time between when you purchase a policy and when coverage kicks in. For example, it's common to have a 14 days waiting period before a policy covers illness-related medical expenses. Pet insurance is designed for unexpected illness and accident. A waiting period is one way insurance prevents fraud from For claims that are pre-existing condition without a waiting period, a pet owner could see illness symptom is their pet. Buy a pet insurance policy, go to the vet and make an insurance claim. Not all insurance companies have the same waiting period. For example, Vigo Pet Insurance has 1 day waiting period for accident, while Nationwide Pet Insurance has a 14 days waiting period for accident. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.